Well, let's see if anybody's around yet. Anybody here? Anybody here? Anybody here? Anybody? 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 Anybody here? Oh, there's somebody. Who's there at Let's Go Help? Huh? Who's there at Let's Go Help? Who's there at Let's Go Help? Yeah, I'm on YouTube and Let's Go Help. And of course, Let's Go Help you. I answer your questions forever, 24/7, all the time. YouTubers, you're not a member. Well, I'll do the best I can. And you can always email me or something. But so what do you think of this new suit? Huh? I'm going to get more with hearts. And I hope to get more with hearts. Let me show you the suit. Maybe you can see it. I don't know if you can. See? I like that. Well, it's fun, but I really think the heart is where it's at. So that's why I'm getting some more jackets made, all with hearts on it. This is my test suit to see how this works out. Let's go social info. I'm here. I hate my current job. No question mark suit. Okay, that's a new look. Yeah, it is. I feel, one question mark suit, maybe over 20 years or so. But actually, I get older. What I feel is the heart is more important than answering the right question. Sure, you have to answer the right question. That's why I wear the question mark suit. Answers are easy, questions are hard. But now I feel the key to life is really coming from your heart. And that's what it's all about, is how much you put your heart into things, whether it's a love relationship or a work relationships or whatever. I mean, that's where you're going to get the best out of life, I feel, if your heart is there, not just your pocketbook. And, we need money. We have to live like that and all that kind of stuff. And that's certainly, important. But it's your heart that's the more meaningful thing. And you'll do better work if your heart is in your work. You'll do better loving individuals if your heart is old student. Yes, I've seen your name around a lot. I don't think you're old. You're certainly not as old as I am. I'm 75, I think. I'll be 76 soon. Yeah. And boy, the numbers aren't even numbers anymore to me. I don't know what the hell I feel like. It's funny. I agree. Well, my heart is not with my job. See, if your heart's not with your job, then it's like going to the dentist, right? It's like a bad date. So you want your life to be a bad date? Like you can't wait to get out of there? Or do you want your life to be, wow, you look at your clock and you thought it was 11 o'clock at night, but it's 3 o'clock in the morning. What happened? That's the way life should be, right? How do we get that way? It takes work. There's no easy one answer for everybody. We all have to struggle with that ourselves, how to do that. And that's the important thing, is trying. If you're not trying, then you never have a chance. So your only chances in life is really by trying a whole bunch of shit that doesn't work. And you keep trying stuff and failing. That's because I agree with my heart is not in my job. Most people live like that. That's why people are miserable. That's why I think we have such a higher degree of stress in our workforce and everything. It's because their heart's not in it, and they just hate it, and they're doing things they have to be professional, and they're not human. That's why people have these rules about you being professional, because you hate what you're doing so much, and you may act human until somebody goes screw themselves. And that's not good for business. What's a good strategy to get more visitors, readers to a blog? Here. A heart suit. How do you like that? Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a never ending thing. I mean, number one, you have to give something of value. Number two, you have to entertain, I feel. I mean, if you don't have the entertainment, fine. Then you just, you can't be everything to everybody. And that's the important thing. But you give away, stuff. You help people. That's why people want to come, because they feel you help you. You're not, secretly trying to see how much money you can screw out of them. There are so many marketers selling live courses. Yes, I think it's all terrible. I've tried them and whatever, but no. And there's somebody, they know how to sell you, not how to sell your product. That's why it's hard. Anything you can do to get more, people on your your website or visitor. That's hard. It's very hard. I've been working at this for 10 years now, trying to figure it out. I still don't have it. Rotunda 4, Mr. Lesko, bless you, sir. My husband and I follow you. You have a small business, which is my husband and I follow you. We have a small business. We appreciate your information. It is vital to and priceless to us. Oh, well, thank you so much. Now, if you have a technology-related business, man, you start getting contract. You figure that out. It may take you 6 months to figure it out, but what the hell? You're going to live for 60 more years. So what's more 6 months? Nobody's going to notice. And you do that. Now, how do you find that? How do you find the free help to help you sell there? If you go on Google and try to find somebody to help you sell, they're going to charge you thousands or hundreds of dollars. No, don't. PTAC, P-T-A-C, P-T-A-C, okay? And you go, and that's a nonprofit, and that's selling to the government. Just put Google PTAC, selling to the government, make sure it's a .org and find the closest office. If you can't find it that way, then go to Small Business Development Center, SBDC, and put your county, and they'll tell you where it is. Yes, sir, we have been trying to figure out the government contracts. They are difficult, but we are not going to, and they are difficult, but you have free help to get you there. That's the important thing. You get free help, because otherwise you'll go out and you will hire somebody or somebody on the internet and promises you'll get a gazillion-dollar contract, and you probably won't, but you want to know how to make a living, and that's the important thing. Anybody can make up stuff and have one person that did. I used to do that on TV. I found one guy who was in his garage and made $1 million the next day, so I put him on TV. And so everybody thinks that they could do it. We're terrible that way when we market. But that's unfortunately what sells, because the other people, and it's sort of like an arms race. Everybody else is saying these outlandish things, so you have that outlandish. Grant locksmiths in Illinois. Grant locksmiths. What do you mean? Do you want a grant to be a locksmith, or you want to know how to unlock the grants like a locksmith? I certainly grow legal medical cannabis in Colorado. Growth industry. I don't have a college education, but I'm very talented and would like to further my experience and education in the cannabis field. Any suggestions? Yes. Learn how to get business. What to do is join a group called Normal, N-O-R-M-A-L, I think it is, and that's the legalizing marijuana people. They're the best people, I think, in this industry to learn the industry, because they study it. Other people say you're going to help you get a business, or people just selling you them services. These people are activists. They know the industry, know what's going on, and they could help you a lot better for free than any of these other people. Now, I want to cover some items here today about getting a good jobs that are, almost $50,000 with no college degree. See, this is important, I think, because everybody thinks everybody has a college degree. They don't. 2/3 of our workforce do not have a college degree. So, 65 to 70% of adults don't have, people 25 or over. So about 2/3 do not have a college degree. So how do you get a decent job? A decent job is like about $45,000. Depends on where you live, from $40,000 to $45,000. Okay, that's what a decent job is. Okay, so where are you going to get that without a college degree? Well, there's a study from the Federal Reserve Board. They're number crunchers down in Washington D.C., and they came up with showing what cities you could get these high-paying jobs in. It's easier to get what cities are easier to get high-paying jobs without a college degree than other cities. Like, you don't go to Washington, D.C., you don't go to New York City, you don't go to San Francisco, things like that. It's these other places, like the best metropolitan areas where you could get a job, like $45,000 around there or whatever, are things like Toledo, Ohio, Anchorage, Alaska, Des Moines, Iowa, Birmingham, Alabama, St. Louis, Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Cleveland, Lexington, Kentucky. Oh, the helicopter must be Trump going to play golf or something. Spokane, Washington, Kansas City. Okay, now they're the good places. In other words, the number of people without college degrees and the jobs that are available that do not require a college degree are the best opportunities there, okay? So they're calling that best opportunities jobs. See, they did a study of 121 metropolitan areas, okay? And they found out their findings offer some silver lining for the American worker. Why? Because here's what it said. About 22 million jobs, over 1 in 5 across the metropolitan areas pay more than the minimum wage, the average wage. Okay, the average wage is about $40,000. Okay, so there's 22 million jobs that pay higher than the average wage of about $40,000, $47,000, depends on where you live, and do not require a college degree. So you have all these jobs, that do not require a college degree, and they pay that kind of money, $45,000. Okay, they include some surprises, like for all the talk that you need a bachelor's degree these days to become a registered nurse. No, 66% of the available registered nurse jobs do not require a bachelor's degree. Neither did 46% of the openings for executive secretaries and executive administrative assistants. So half of those jobs did not require a college degree, and you made $45,000 or more. Nor did 53% of the jobs for computer user support specialists. You do not need a college degree. All the positions cleared the wage floor. So they're all medium wage jobs or above, which means they paid more than $45,000 and did not require a college degree. Now, this is neat. Okay, the most striking findings is how these jobs are distributed geographically. So this is, see, it's where you live that depends about how good of a life you have sometimes. Asheville, North Carolina, more than 4 in 5 job openings for computer support specialists do not require a bachelor's degree. So 4 out of 5 jobs for computer. So you like computers, man, you enjoy them, and you don't have a degree, you don't even have college, then that's the kind of thing you got to know. In San Francisco, only about a third are open to people without a degree. So, here's 4 out of 5. So that's like, 80% of them do not require college degrees in Asheville, North Carolina, where, what was it? In San Francisco, about a third without a degree. So only 30%. So you have 80% in Asheville, 30% in San Francisco. See? So that location. Fewer than half the nursing jobs in Raleigh are open to people who haven't graduated from college. Versus, so now in Raleigh, North Carolina, only half the jobs open for nursing do not require a college degree. But if you go down the road to Huntsville, Alabama, 85% of them do not require a college degree. Man, see, that's an opportunity job. Okay, now listen to this. St. Louis has 2.3 workers without a degree for each opportunity job. Okay, so the number of people that don't have degrees are 2.3 for every job that's available without a job. So that's not bad. So, however, in New York, it's 4.5 workers. So here, for every job that does not require a college degree in St. Louis, you have only 2.3 people looking for the jobs. And in New York, you have 4.5. So that's almost twice as much. So you have twice as much people going after the same job. See, that's what's neat of them. Living in Cleveland, let's see, the metropolitan areas around Houston, Texas, and Cleveland have roughly the same total employment. So Austin, Texas, and Cleveland have roughly the same total employment. But living in Cleveland is cheaper. So while 18% of Austin jobs offer good wages to workers without degree, jobs account for 30% in Cleveland. So Austin has half the number of jobs without college degrees than Cleveland. Also, it's cheaper to live in Cleveland. See, so that's why location is also. And I'm reading a book also. I'll share with you guys soon on income inequality and where you are. It's not the average income; it's the amount of income inequality means how good of a life you're going to have. Okay, the cost of living in New York area is 37% higher than Birmingham. So while a $34,000 wage is a typical bill and account collector in Birmingham, the threshold to be considered a good job by more than $1,000 and $44,000 in New York. So that falls short. You're going to be starving in New York, and you're going to be living well in Birmingham. See, it's that kind of stuff that I think is interesting. You look at, we all take life so personal. And part of it is personal, but there's a lot of you have no control over. It's the general economy, what's going on, and everything. So that's why, to me, data is important. You got to look at this big picture that's going on and how that affects you, and then try to maybe change. Now, here's a little bit of what our workforce look like. I am a college graduate from CSU. What grant can I apply for without financial aid? I don't know what grant you can apply for. Any grant you're eligible for. There's thousands of them, and then apply for. Do you want me to pay for college, or I'm that's not. I'm sorry, I can't understand that. But I'm old, so I don't know as much as I used to. Okay, here's what our workforce looks like. The share of men and women over the age 25 who have degrees is 35%. Okay, now that's in 2017. 35% of the people over 25 years old have college degrees. 35% of the people over 25 years old have college degrees. In 1940, that was 5%. So we went from 5% in 40 to 35%, but this is still not even half the workforce. It's a third of the workforce. So don't worry. Labor market participants. This is an important piece of data. A labor market participant. That means you're looking for a job or have a job. Labor market participant. And that's defined, the participation rate, the Commerce just says, has shrunk to 63%. So that means only like 60% of the people who can be working are either working or looking for a job. So we have almost 40% of the workforce say, screw you, this isn't worth it, right? What a wasted resource. We have 40%. That's like you have a factory, that could make cars or make anything. And you're only at, you have 40% of your capacity that's not being used. Well, that's, to me, what is it? I mean, our labor, our people, that we live with, they're not using themselves, right? Why? Something's pissing them off. They don't want to bother. And I understand that. Man, if you wouldn't let me play, if I couldn't win, or you wouldn't let me play, I'd try to screw up your game. I wouldn't participate, right? And so that's what I feel that's going on. We have a 63%. And that's dropped in the last 20 years. It went from 68%. So we had almost 70% of the people. And now we're down to 63%. So fewer and fewer people. And we're in a boom economy. We can't find workers, right? So people don't want to work. They're not feeling. And I think it's fairness. I think it's income inequality. You feel you're not getting a fair shake in life. Screw you. I'm not going to play. That's what information is blessing for my 25-year-old daughter. She is excellent with technology, of course. She is a millennial, and I pass it on to her. Thank you. Thank you, Rotanda. But that's important, I think. And where are the jobs? Forget manufacturing. That's not good. We've been manufacturing jobs are over, mainly because of technology. Robots are doing it all. No matter, we're producing more manufacturing stuff than we ever have in our life. It's growing every year, just taking less people. Yeah, that's all. It's it. We have less farmers too. 100, 200 years ago, 90% of us were in agriculture, right? That's over. Just get over it. Find out about what's going on tomorrow. And you should worry about tomorrow because we're all living longer. That's the important thing. God, we're living so goddamn long now. I'm 75 years old. I grew up in a time when you were 60 and you quit working because you're going to die in 10 years, Man, I figure I may have 20 more yet left. I want to have fun in life. I want to grab as much of this stuff as I can. How much I could get out before I die? How much could I give before I die? How much is there before that you could take advantage of? Or what? Student debt is like 1.2. Yes, that's right. Cars aren't selling. People aren't buying houses. Nobody's having kids. They're having pets, though. There's a business. Be a dog walker. And you can go to Rover and these other platforms that you could be a professional dog walker and have no marketing expense. You have no problems about how to collect from your clients or anything because the cloud takes care of it all. They eliminate all the problems in starting a business and collecting money and filing taxes and everything. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. It's easier than hell now to do all that kind of stuff. So take it. Okay, so actually like cars, we now sell in 2018, General Motors sold 4 million cars in China and 3 million cars in the United States. General Motors, okay? Biggest company in the world at one time. Yeah. And now they sell more cars in China. So they're going to make them in China. Why the hell they make them here and send them over there? Huh? So they're growing, but you're not. Today, in a nation where most young people still can't finish college and only 2/3 even sample it, the injection of additional well-paid hourly work, $20 an hour, that's what they say is about well-paid, is urgently needed. So this article is about how the infrastructure jobs, these would be construction-related jobs, infrastructure, and they're all good-paying jobs, $20 an hour or more, and they do not require a degree. So that's why, to me, we have to quit worrying about, manufacturing, and we're going to open more automobile plants. That's stupid. We are creating more automobiles than ever before, and less people. It's just technology is taking it over. Things like that. Where can I find this report? It depends on which report. On the manufacturing jobs, here's the title. This is a New York Times article. So if you Google this, put the title in, and look for the New York Times. You got that? Take a clip of that. Doop, doop. Okay, copy that. Now here's the other article. No degree, no prospects, maybe better in small cities, okay? So clip that. That's a Federal Reserve report that came out. Federal Reserve, good people, they give good data because they got a lot of data. They could read things. Where can I get a grant to buy more silver and gold coin? I stack those coins as a hedge against inflation. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you want to get investors. The government's not going to give you money to gamble. At least that way in stock market and stuff like that. No, you got to buy private, but it's easier now to find private things, private investors and partners and things like that, whether you want to invest in real estate or coins or something like that. There's a lot of opportunities of that. You go on whether it's crowdfunding or closed websites that they have qualified investors, or we're looking for opportunities. If you're going to do all the work, you share the profits, and this kind of thing. So nobody's going to write you a blank check for you to go gamble in Vegas, which is investing in coins, is almost the same thing, or even the stock market in my mind. But that's a biased opinion. But there is stuff like that. Okay, where do you think of critics that want to abolish the Fed? I don't know. I don't care. I mean, there's good and bad things about the Fed. We may have it. They have probably too much control. There's other systems that we're testing and stuff like that. But I think most people aren't too worried about that right now. They want to know how to get a decent job, feed themselves, and get on with life. I mean, that's going to take a lot of politics, and you want to do that. That's fine. Somebody has to do it. But so I go to GoFundMe is just one possibility, Robert. I mean that's it all. I mean that's another way. That's a crowdfunding site. There are 1,000 crowdfunding sites, and the other kind of crowdfunding sites. are more investor-related crowdfunding sites, and there's dozens of those that are very interesting. And the Security and Exchange Commission just came out with easier for you to become a public company and find other investors to do this. Before, it used to cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now it costs like 10 grand for you to set up this company and get investors from all over the world and stuff like that. So they made it so much easier to do that. So that's an easy way. So if you don't have 10 grand, so then you find another partner to do that. So that's why there's always ways around anything. It's going to take work. It's going to take creativity. Nobody's going to write you a check because you're cute. Unless you're really cute, then maybe you can handle it. Where'd I go? Just say my name so I know you read my message, please. I'm sorry, I can't read your message, Israel Brown. What does it say? I need money to pay off my personal bills. Yeah, you're right about saying that, because there's robots now that chat with you, that are really robots. I'm testing one out on my it's not just stupid stuff, but that's the way people are buying. I don't know what the hell. Good day, Mr. Lesko. I will be joining the service this month. Yay! Well, even if you join or not, stay here. YouTube. I do a lot on YouTube for free. Tell you people, and let me give people the website who are not familiar with. My main product now is really what I call Lesko Help. If you go to free.lesko.com, then Lesko Help, that service, you have any question, like today I helped a woman who was trying to get money to pay for childcare. Okay, I do the research, I find all the programs that are available for where she lives in her city to pay for childcare. She has it. It'll take her 3 days maybe on Google to find all that. If she finds it, she probably wouldn't. And so that's what I want to do. I want more people to realize there's help out there. Now, I don't guarantee that you'll get the money or not. Nobody can. I'm just saying this is money for that service, for that problem. So this is a place to find. You can't find that. That's the hardest part. That's where people stop because they can't find the official site or whatever. I have subscribed for info, and it's been 3 weeks. Can you look for my subscription, please, for the Israel, I forget. Okay, send me an email here because it may be 5 different places. I'm not sure. Let's see. Lesko, L-E-S-K-O, free radio at gmail.com. Lesko free radio at gmail.com. Yeah. Okay, send me an email there. Tell me about the order, about when you place it. Let me search and get back to you, because I'm pretty much up to date on all the housing reports. If it's a housing report, see, I do these housing reports for about $50, $60, and I show you every government program where you live. See, most of the housing to buy houses, fix up houses, flip houses, and everything are local. And so that's why it takes custom work to do that. And the report's usually about 150 pages or whatever. I have 100 or so message. Did you just do it now, Israel, or did you do it earlier? I can't afford your stuff, so I spend hours researching through your YouTube videos and deconstructing. Good, yeah. Your laugh is buried into my brain. I see. Well, you're going to get sick of me soon and divorce me, aren't you? I can't sleep at night, Carla. Well, maybe I'll sing to you next time. How's that, Carla? I could sing to you. I can't sing for bananas. What do you think of this question marks? I mean, the heart suit. I'm going hearts now. See? Can you see that? Let me see. Yeah. Let's see. So what do you guys think of the hearts? I love it. Thank you. I've been wearing question marks since maybe 20 years. I don't even know, 15, 20 years. And I think that's important because answers are easy. It's hard to ask the right questions. Go to Google. If you ask, like, how do I get a grant? That's the wrong question. So that's why I always felt that questions are more important than answers in this information society. Now, maybe it's my age. That's why I'm wondering if I'm not speaking to anybody but me. And then we have a problem. Oh, no, there's nuclear. Hi. I'm speaking to me, and I hate to just speak to myself. That to get anything done in life, really, it takes heart. Heart, Heart, because it's hard. And if you don't have the heart for it, you're not going to get through the difficulties that it takes. So that's why I feel that your heart is now the most important thing in life, because there's so many opportunities, but it's all difficult. Everybody's looking for easy answers, and the answers are not easy. You think they are because salesmen like me say, oh, you just make one phone call, you got a check in the mail. And that really doesn't happen. So you have to work hard at it. And to be able to work hard, you have to have your heart in it. It's sort of like loving. If you don't, to have a personal relationship, your heart has to be in it to love hard enough to make that grow. And the same way with your professional relationship, your heart has to be in it to make that grow. If your heart is not in it, it just won't grow. There'll be other people who will do it with their heart, and outperform you. I mean, you hear these athletes and everything. Sure, everybody has a certain amount of talent, particularly at the higher level, but it's the ones with the heart, that really, shine. And that's what we all can do in our own life, is start using our heart more. And that's what I feel. We want to use our brain, and we're taught to use our brain in school. And then so all the salesmen out there use your brain. They know what you want to hear, and they just say it. No, it's your heart. And there's no easy answer to anything. And that's what I'm really trying to get across these days, is that anything to get out of financial trouble, to change the course of your life or whatever, it's just going to take a shitload of work, and you don't know what to do. None of us do. I could suggest things, but you're the final, determination on what is right for you to do. What's right for all of us is different. So I can tell you some things I know about, or some things that work for me, and it just may or may not work for you. And what the problem is that when you Google to try to find help, the help you Google for are just people whose motive is to get you money. And yes, that's my motive too, because I can't keep doing this unless I sell it. But I don't want to be the $500 guy, the $300 guy, $3,000. That's what people say I should. No, I want to be the $20 guy. I think I can make a living for the rest of my life being the $20 guy. So, and to get information and help to the average person who's struggling, we have here. What is it? In the last 20 years, where I gotta find that date again. Half of our society did not get an increase, or shrank by 10%. The income, about half of people making money in the country saw their income shrink by 10% in the last 10, 15 years. I mean, incomes are shrinking for most of us. It's not shrinking for the top, but for the middle and lower, which is 50% or more of us, it's shrinking. And that's terrible. That's on America, particularly if America is growing. But if half the people are not, growing with it, that's why only 60% are working. They want to look for a job. Screw you. I'm not going to work. I'm going to, work for peanuts to make you more money. Fuck that. Right? And it makes sense, intellectual sense. But there are things, even if you're in that category, things you could do for your heart. That's what's important. And you could make things better for other people by working with your heart, because then it's not work. If you're working with your heart, it's not work. It's not a bad date. You don't want to have a bad date in life, right? You want to have a date that is fun. Something is wrong in this country. Is it rigged? It's getting more and more rigged. A lot of it is, because the rich folks come in and change the laws so they make more money. It's normal. It's human behavior. Now, where is that? Oh gosh, I want to find that. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? IRS. No, that's something else. Decrease in small cities. Wage up, average wage. Megan Polly had found that over the past 5 years, wages for low. And then that's something else. Oh, mama. Where are you? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, I have to. Labor market participation peak there. Increase exports. Now it's on. Well, I'm going to have to get that data because it just, so most incomes in the lower and middle ranges shrank. It's shrinking. You're making less money. The economy's growing, but our incomes are shrinking. Now, why the hell? It makes sense. I'm not going to participate, right? And if you're there, then there's other ways. You can make a living. Actually, what I see now with the cloud and the gig economy is a way to make just money to live on. You need extra money. It's not going to be big money or whatever, but you could keep a head above water and not have to go on welfare or whatever we call it nowadays, and to make extra money while you're doing something that you think is important. You want to help kids get out of the, a bad situation, start a kids basketball league or anything. Yeah, I mean, you can. Anybody can do that, and there's help to do that too. I need to know what to get an application for a house in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina grants. Well, there are hundreds of applications to do, okay? If you're a member, Dwight, I could help point you better, or you could also, like for $50, $59, I'd give you a report in Myrtle Beach of all the programs there. And it'll be grants, low interest loans, free services, repair money, everything. But if you don't have that, here's a place to start, is go to hud.gov, hud.gov, and go there and search for counselor. And if you search for counselor on hud.gov, you'll find a map of the United States, shows you all the free counselors. And that's a place to start. So you start there, make an appointment, they're free. And so tell me you want to buy a house, and they'll help you show you the programs. They don't know everything, but it's a good place to start. Now, the other thing, you go to your county government. Your county government has something called Community Development Office. Now, they're usually the best places in your county government to start looking for that money programs. And then you go to your city government, then your state government, then nonprofit organizations. And that's why those are members of Let's Go Help. I'll show you, I'll send you a free seminar on how to find all those organizations where you live. So it's video training, how to go on the internet and find all those things for any place in the country, to find every real estate money program that's subsidized by either government or nonprofit organizations, or the houses for $1 or the foreclosed property, all those kinds of things. So, and that's right. Something is wrong in this country. It's really, yes. What's that? I remember newspapers, but thought they were all in museums. DRI. I think I belong in a museum. That's I think the problem. How can I get help to pay for college that's you from without financial aid? I have a video. You could search on YouTube for it. How not to pay for college. And that's important. Right now, if you have college financial aid, what you want to do is go to consumerfinance.gov and put forgiveness student loans, and that will give you all the current programs for forgiving your current student loans. Now, there's dozens and dozens of other places to get money to pay for college and things like that. And that's what I have a 45-minute video on that. If you're a member of Let's Go Help, I'll send you the video. If you're not a member, search on, I don't know, if you search in my YouTube videos, and just sort of don't pay for college, but only search Let's Go to video. If you put it on all of YouTube, you're just going to get too much, okay? So you just want to search in Let's Go YouTube videos, okay? Well, I wanted to get all that. I don't have student loan. Oh, good for you. Oh, great. Well, then don't take any, where is CSU? California State, something, Colorado State? What's CSU? But what you should do, Chamika, is whatever state you're in, go to your state government, and the Office of Higher Education has a whole bunch of grants. They're not loans, they're grants. So you want to see what that's. I think the biggest thing that people miss is their own state. Like my state, Maryland, didn't give out like $100 million one year because people didn't apply. And that was terrible. I can't believe you're still alive. Yeah, me too. My mom died at 40. My dad died at, she was 42. Mom and dad died of 70 something, 2, 3. So I know 82 or 3. So I'm close to that. I'll be 76 soon. 76 trombones. Yeah. I'm in Jamaica. I'm in the Springs also. Want to kick it. That's just Colorado Springs. Is that what that meant? Oh, is that? Oh, Colorado State. Oh, that's what that. Okay, you guys are talking code here, right? Oh, never mind. Okay. So people interested in www.free.letsgo.com/letsgohelp. Okay, watch you as a teen after late night. Yes. After that, Three Stooges. Yes, I was doing a Three Stooges joke there. This friend of mine, their son wanted to be a pilot. And I said, well, here's an old Three Stooges joke about being a pilot. And Larry asked Mo, what do you do for a job? He said, I'm a pilot in a bakery. A pilot in a bakery? What do you do? He said, I take the bread out of the oven and pile it in the corner. I just sent a request for the flip a house to the email you requested. Well, now, are you sending a request or you want me to check an order, Israel? And I'm sort of confused. I mean, I don't do research for free. That's what. So I'm a little confused, maybe. But maybe your email will straighten it out. Okay, I'll point you. I mean, check the. Okay, God, that's what I thought it was. I thought, maybe whatever. I don't want to overpromise. That's all. Okay, here's one. I just had a stroke and lost my place, and now I'm on the street. Where's the best place in my situation? I'm further into debt and not able to continue without. Okay, let me. I have a free download that will help you. Let me see if I can find it. What the thing is. Yeah, okay. Here, www.free.letsgo.com/emergency, EMERGENCY, cash, CASH. Okay, that's all in small letters. Okay, so www.free.letsgo.com/emergency cash. Okay, download that report. It's a video that shows you the top 5 websites wherever you live to get emergency money like this. Okay, and I have a video of an interview of a fellow who uses these, and so you see that this is stuff real. My parents are 85 and dad 93. Oh, good for them. I pray to get old at 51 years old. See, you're a kid. 51. That's not. We should be careful with what we say. I pray to get to your age and still have fun and fun. But yes, Rotunda, what do you want to do? What do you think is important for you to do? And what I seem to have a knack at it is taking whatever you want to do and trying to twist it so you can make money at it. Because the most important thing, I think, the neatest thing in life to do is to find something you love doing and get paid. That's the key. Then you solve that. And I can't do it perfectly or immediately, but there's a way to work towards that. And that's what I want to help people do. So if you want to talk, I'm able to do this a lot of times on the phone. Let's go. or just tell me now and I'll help point you. Talk. Veronica, I'm a recent widow and can get help to buy a house, some land, and build a house on. Yes, there's a lot of programs, and they're called, I don't know if you're working, Veronica, or what, but displaced homemakers is what it's called. At one time, you're a homemaker and run the house and things like that, and now you're displaced homemaker. Your partner died or whatever. So there's those kinds of programs. And what I would do, if it sounds like you're older, I don't know, but every area, there's also something called an area office on aging, AREA, office on aging. Find that. Google like your county and area office on aging and start with them. See, now remember, everything I send you is not a guarantee. I'm sending you sources where I would go first to source to find out where these things are. See, it's a treasure hunt. This is what it's all about. 63, you're a kid. You're a kid, Veronica, a child. Listen, you have at least 30 more years to live, right? So you could start a degree. See, at 63, you can go back to college for free. That's right. You go back to college for free because you're 63. For free is 3. Yeah. And that's sort of cool. Yeah. So you can start holding a career. And, so get up in the morning and be needed somewhere. There's nothing more important than that, to be helping somebody else and be needed in life. I mean, that's what, if you're, at home and raising kids, those kids need you more than anybody else in the world. That's the joy of having children, because you'll never be more needed to anybody else in life again. So you could do that for the society at large. Can you build a report for Texas? I certainly can. Here's my main site for the reports I do. Store. So free.letsgo.com/store. Now, here's a little secret about my work is that Let's Go Help gets you a lot of the same stuff that I charge like $50 to $100 for, just for $20. Because that's where I want to do. I want to help people for $20 to do these big custom reports. I really got to charge them more. And I want to have and see what also on the Let's Go Help other people are helping. Oh, I found this over here, and they help me get you things that I don't even know about. I mean, I've been studying this for 40 years. I probably know more than anybody else in the world about it, but I still don't know everything. We don't, and that's why we can teach each other that way. I love getting up in the morning and finding out what people need. Here's a website for this. Here's a website for free money for this. Here's another website, free money for that. How do I get back to college for free? I'm only 65. Okay, first thing you do is, what do you want to go to college for? I would look at certificate programs because I don't know if you want a degree or not. I mean, tell you the truth, you only need a degree. You want to work for a large organization or you want to teach. Otherwise you don't need a degree. You need skills. And there's other ways to get the skills without all the other bullshit courses you have to take. So you want to think through that. But it's your community college and your state colleges. They're the ones that are free or next to free that will have that because of your age. And even if they don't have free, it's going to be cheaper than you get anywhere else. Now, what to do is make an appointment or just walk in to your local junior college. See what they have. Just say, hey, I want to show up at the front door because it's too hard sometimes to get a hold of these people. Everybody wants to put you on, online and not answer. No, you go up and be a person because it's harder to flunk a person. You on the internet and digital, they just say, we have nothing and get rid of you. And that's it. They don't have work. But when you're in front of them, and asking for help, man, they can't kick you out. They want, and it's natural instinct to want to help you. So Funny 37. Well, I got to know who So Funny is. Now that's a handle that I haven't seen. Tell me what you do, So Funny. I'm at Let's Go Free Radio at gmail.com. Yeah, so Israel, mom and pop lenders that can help with my businesses. I need to take care of my mother financially, and it's draining. I need some help from someone who can help with my business. Mom and pop lenders. You want actually? What's better, Israel? If you remember, I'll send you a report for. Well, actually, if you're getting a research report, in that is all the peer loan people. I mean, if you're looking for loans, you start with peer-to-peer loans, particularly like housing. Housing has peer-to-peer lenders, and they're not big banks. They have different ways of calculating things and cheaper. They'll even like give you down payments of up to $50,000, and you never have to pay. You only have to pay back when you sell the house. And see, if somebody gives you $50,000 to buy a house, that means you get a lower monthly mortgage payment, and you don't have to pay $100, $200 a month on mortgage insurance because you have a big down payment and things like that. So that's why there's clever ways that people got around this. I can't believe I get to say this to you. I used to check out your books from the library and would tell and show others. I respect you and wanted to say thank you. Oh, that's so nice. Very much for what you do. Yeah, I feel very, very fortunate that I found what to do in life. And it was after failing at a lot. I got an MBA in computers. I had a software company that failed. And even with low credit, yes, it depends on how low, but yes. Yeah, ignore that. You just go after everything and see. If they say no, that's fine. You just go somewhere else. It's sort of like, oh, she'll never go out with me. How the hell you know? You got to ask, right? So you go and ask, and you get it straight from the horse's mouth, not from their girlfriend. Yeah, because you never know. That's the only way you get anything. But yeah, I mean, I'm so grateful, I think, to life that what it handed me. I mean, it's a struggle. I fight every day to do this because I want to. I want to do it better. I want to help more people. How do I help more people? Yeah, and that's important to me. And I think you have to have something like that, to keep energized about staying here, because it's easy, man. What the fuck are we doing here? It is easy to go down that rabbit hole. I want our country, pronounce infusion, design solutions to flourish. My husband has been a web developer and graphic designer for 11 years. We want to offer opportunities to people. Oh, great. No, that's it. You just do. You want to have an opportunity. You're going to give something away. Just go to the library and give a free course on how to do it. I'll let you do that. If they say no, go to another library because they're supposed to. Yeah, failure is part of life. Life would be boring and you'd never do. Absolutely, that's what I think. I sort of feel like we all want life to be easy, and I say, well, that's like playing basketball with a 5-year-old. It's easy, you win, right? No fun. You want to see how good you are. To me, the objective of life is how much can you grow. And that's what we're here for, is to try to figure out how much we could grow in life. Because we're not growing, that means we're not contributing, we're not giving, and I think that's what it is. Are you using grants to fund your business? No, I don't need them anymore. And no, I think grants are a trap. You may or may not need them. I think it may take you longer to get a grant than it would be to get a customer. See, I think if you have a business and you're trying to get grants, I don't think you should. I'll show you where they are, and you can try and whatever. You may or may not get them. That's fine. But I think it's better, is take your business idea and frame it in a way that you don't need to spend money on anything to get business. You need a customer. So all you need is a customer. Like if you want to start a business like mine, oh yeah, I need $10,000 to advertise on the internet. Shit, I've been trying to figure out how to advertise on the internet and spent a hell of a lot more than that and still haven't figured it out. No, what I really need to start a business like it is a customer. So if I can figure out how to get a customer, this is why you see me now on free on YouTube and Facebook and everything. I'm getting free advertising by doing this, and that could get me a customer. That's what I need. I don't need an LLC. I don't need a board of directors. I don't need all that stuff. You don't need any of that crap. You just need a customer and you're in business. And the way that's even more important nowadays, because your first idea about doing something is probably wrong. You don't know, you're guessing what the customer wants. But if you go out and try to get a customer instead of somebody wants to invest or give you a grant or something like that, they think they know what the customer wants. And nowadays nobody knows. This is why that's why stock market failed, housing failed, everybody, everybody's guessing. So you have to get it from the horse's mouth. The IRS forms are called products. I don't know. One thing I found everywhere government is that they have customer service to pay. Even I absolutely, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, you get free. When I have a tax question, I call the IRS. I wait on hold for 20 minutes. What the hell? It's still cheaper than $200. My accountant will tell me, and I get it from the horse's mouth. So it's crazy. Yeah, just that we're lazy. Yeah, we are all forced customers. Yes, just say let's go. Right? How to get help getting clients? Yes, and that's what I think it is. I'm happy to talk to you about that more. Depends on what you doing, what kind of help, work with nonprofit organizations, things like that. Share the money with you. That's where I made a lot of money in TV, sharing money. Yeah, okay. You advertise this, I'll give you half the money. Yeah. If I had a bookstore, I would give half the money to the bookstore. So why not somebody else who's going to give me a customer? Free.letsgo.com. And then it's let's go help. Oh, let's go HELP. Is that how you spell help? Yeah. Hi, guys. Well, you've been sweet. Nice to meet today, guys. One thing I found over Geographic is okay. I'll be here 20 more years, so stay tuned. And the best thing I have, I think, is the Let's Go Help. Free.letsgo.com. So Let's Go Help. I'll answer your questions. That's what I do first thing in the morning, every day. You need a source for anything, whatever, or letsgo.com/talk. You want to talk about other ideas or whatever, point you about how to do things without money. Happy to do that. Okay, Charlestown. You're in the races business. Horse races, Charlestown, West Virginia, I think it is. Okay, guy. Cheers. Thank you, guys.